Jacek przeprowadzi krótką rozmowę. Jest to bardzo znana kobieta w Stanach, motocyklistka, zrzeszająca wokół siebie mnóstwo motocyklistów. Usiądźcie, ja postoję za wami. Let's talk about.
Delaine, first of all, I'd like to thank you for coming in and for accepting our invitation. This is really awesome. We really appreciate it, and it's extremely kind of you. Well, your uniform looks fantastic. Definitely.
Jacek mówi, że bardzo lubi.
Going to the list that we went through a couple of minutes ago. What is MOTO-Maids? Could you please tell us what is MOTO-Maids? What is your agenda?
Yeah, so MOTO-Maids was an all-ladies riding club that was formed in 1940 in the U.S. It was two women, one in Rhode Island, one in Michigan, who contacted each other and decided that there would be other women who wanted to ride. And so they blanketed the whole U.S. and found 51 members in 1940 when the club was formed. And the thing that makes us unique, other than our age, is the fact that all the women must ride their own motorcycles. And so it's not that I never ride on the back, but as a motor maid, I always ride my own motorcycle. And we have a gathering, a convention every year, somewhere in the US or Canada, and we must ride from our home to that convention and back. So this year I'll ride about 12,000 kilometers round trip, unless I decide to have some fun, in which case I will ride more than 12,000 kilometers.
Delaine, you fight sometimes on the road?
Fight?
Yeah.
Fight?
Like a biker?
Fight?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, we are ladies. We are ladies. So the Motor Maids are united by a passion for motorcycling and for presenting a positive image of motorcycles. And that's actually part of how we were formed, is because they wanted to, Dot and Linda wanted to give a different view of motorcycles than maybe Hell's Angels. Hell's Angels are fine, but there's other motorcycles too.
Yes. What is your favorite motorbike on this side?
You can't ask me that. I love them all. Anything with two wheels.
Zapytajcie, na czym jeździ, to się zdziwicie. To nie jest Indian, to nie jest Harley Davidson. Tell us, please.
No, I love them all.
No dobrze, jeździ na Kawasaki Vulcanie przez Stany Zjednoczone. Tak mi przynajmniej powiedziała, mam nadzieję, że nie buja.
Yes, he did say that out loud. Well, the Moto-Maids. When did you hear about Moto-Maids for the first time, and what made you to join the organization?
So I had ridden into work one day, and I had to go right to a meeting, so my helmet was sitting on my desk, and a woman that worked near me, but I didn't know, walked past my office, and she saw my helmet, and she said, "When you get a break, come to my office." I went to her office, and it was filled from floor to ceiling with postcards from all over the US and Canada. And I was like, "Did you go all these places?" And she said, "Not only did I go all those places, I motorcycled to all those places." And I just went, because I wanted to take longer trips, but I was a little bit nervous about going over mountains or going through deserts because I didn't grow up there. And so when I found out that all these women ride, including women into their 90s, I mean, they ride, right? Thousands of miles a year in all weather. I was inspired to join the Motor Maids because I wanted to take longer trips, right? And so that's really what brought me to be a Motor Maid.
I teraz powiem wam jedną rzecz, jeżeli pozwolicie. Jeżeli chcecie porozmawiać z Delaine osobiście, zrobić sobie z nią zdjęcie, zapraszamy też na stoisko Motowizji. Thank you for your speech. And wielkie brawa dla Delaine.
How did you find out about Moto-Maids and what made you to join the organization? So once you congregate, what do you do? What is the way that you spend time together?
So one of my favorite things about Motor Maids when we get together each summer is that I like the ride-in. I like to, once I arrive, I like to watch all the other solo riders or groups of riders come in. And I mean, some of them have ridden, through a week of pouring rain, or they've had mechanical issues, or they've had a great ride. And it's so fun to me to watch that. And so basically, because about 500 of our 1,300 members get together each year, and you walk around and you know that everybody rode their motorcycle motorcycle from their home. And so there's a lot of just, talking about the ride. And I love that about us. So we talk about other things too, but we always talk about the ride.
Fantastic. So this is how it has to be, I suppose. Well, motorcyclism is an enjoyment and a brotherhood. What else could it be, or what else should have been, in your opinion, from your perspective?
Yeah, we definitely talk about this being a sisterhood, and Motormaids tend to be Motormaids for a long time. I mean, we have members that have been a Motormaid for 65 years, and what that means is we see each other through all the phases of our life. So we'll see each other sometimes when we graduate school, when we get married, when we have kids, grandkids, maybe there's divorce or maybe bad times like losing a job. We see each other through all of that, and so it really becomes a community of people who lift each other up, right? So there's the motorcycling always. There's always the motorcycling, but there is also life, and I really like that about the Motormaids.
The most exciting adventure on the motorcycle?
That I've taken or that I haven't taken? Which one?
Well, let's say both.
Okay. I think my favorite was that I've taken is probably just my first trip, where I packed up that bike and I went 7,000 miles. It was gone for 3.5 weeks, just me, my boots, my bike, and learned a lot, right, about what to pack, what not to pack, and it started a love of doing it. I always knew I wanted to do it, but I kept canceling it because work got in the way. And when I finally did it in 2007, I was like, I'm going to do this every year. And so my first one probably has to be the best I've taken. But the big trip, I have lots of trips I want to take, but I really want to motorcycle the Americas. I want to start in Alaska, and I want to go all the way down to the tip of Argentina. But I think I want to do it with a friend, maybe 1 to 3 friends, right? And so that's the trip I look forward to.
Motorcycles in Poland and in US. What would be the first difference that you see?
The first difference that I really noticed was the riders. I saw that the riders in Poland wore more gear. I mean, the U.S., we still have a lot of riders who will ride in a t-shirt and, jeans, like regular jeans, not like Kevlar jeans, and maybe no helmet. They've got the glasses with the suntan, right? That's the first difference I noticed when I came here years ago. I don't know, in the early 2000s. And then I also noticed that the motorcycles themselves tended to be smaller. There were more smaller motorcycles. But you know what? I see that switching. I see over the years I've been coming here, I see the motorcycles getting bigger in Poland, right? I don't see as much the gear going away. But in the U.S., I see a lot more gear, and I see more smaller motorcycles. So I think we're kind of influencing each other.
But it still has to be just a matter of your choice, right? Not a requirement by law.
I ride in full gear. I've done it for probably, 18 years. And I lay it on my bike, so that when I go out to ride, I make a choice. Not because it's in the house and I don't feel like going to get it. It's in my hand, and I say if I'm going to wear it or not. And most of the time I do wear it, right? But it's so important that it is my choice as to whether I wear the gear or not. And I think everybody should have that choice.
Absolutely, yes. What would be your message to Polish women motorcyclists?
Well, so if you haven't started riding yet and you want to, take a safety course, right? Don't just rely on friends or family, because I love my friends and family, but they might tell you some wrong things. It happened to me. So take a course and then practice, right? Like, just enjoy it. And the other thing, I think, if you're a beginner rider, the second year, so you've ridden, you feel good, you have a winter, the second year, treat it like it's your first year. Like, maybe take the course again, right? Practice all of those skills, because I have seen a lot of riders get scared or have something bad happen, like dropping the bike their second year, because they thought, no, I know how to do this, right? And if you're an experienced rider and you wanna go further, do that. Like, do those trips. All I can say is I wish I'd have done it sooner, right? But I'm glad I did it in 2007. 2007, and I'm glad I do it every year now. So I just get out there and ride, find people that are like-minded. We're out there, and we would love to ride with you.
Delaine, we are so happy you came over and you accepted our invitation. Thank you very much. We really do appreciate what you've done, and you have done it in your private time in particular. So this is really awesome.
It's awesome for me too. Thank you so much for the invitation. It's lots of fun. Thanks.
Thank you.